Wow, that came out really nice. 4 cans on a 14-foot chassis. We basically did 3 sides. Hey guys, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're having a fantastic day. So we're coming up on the last couple of episodes of the wagon build, and we're at an important crossroad. I'd like to show you what I'm thinking and where I want to go with this. But as always, do not forget to hit that like button. Extremely important. I cannot emphasize how strong and important that little itty bitty thing is. Hit that like button. Please do not forget. Really helps the algorithm. Algorithm. What kind of rhythm is it? Is it like a dancing rhythm? Is it like a slow rhythm? I don't understand. I haven't figured that rhythm out yet. But either way, I know it helps the algorithm. Rhythm. So let's get started. So I got some lines laid out on the table. I've got a couple pieces of pipe. This zone right here is going to be, I'll show you in a second, the rear seat section of the floor, you know, in the back of the wagon. So I've got a I want to say this is like a 25 or 30 degree bend, and I've got a 15 degree bend. So the distance, this will all make sense in a second, from this line to this line is 46 inches. And then you've got 2 inches on both sides where the customer installed 2x2 by 1/8 inch box tubing to strengthen up the rear section of his car. As you can see, this is exactly what I'm talking about. So what we need to do is, from this 2-inch box tubing to that 2-inch box tubing, we're going to need to bend a 80 degree bend to a 15 degree bend to an 80 degree bend. Actually, excuse me, no, 75 degree bend to a 15 to a 75, and I'll explain why once I get this piece bent up. But let's go back to the chalkboard. This here is a 25 degree bend. If we add some tubing onto it, you're going to see that this bend will not work inside of this little zone that we've got here. It's too hard of an angle. Okay, try it on this side, you'll see the same thing. Not going to work. So what we need to do is come out 75 degrees, connect it to here, so 75 to the center, and then another 75, and slide that piece of tubing inside there. Now I'm not sure, I was kind of hoping to stay inside this 6-inch box with all of this. I don't think it's possible. So we're going to try to, if I have to cheat a little, you know, to compensate for the bends right here, well then so be it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some marks on this tubing to get a general zone on where I need to bend up my tube. Just to give you guys an idea, this one piece of tube, this DOM tubing, cost 120 bucks. Roughly 8 feet tall. So we cannot make a mistake. We need to bend this in one shot without screwing this up. So it's important that we plan our bends accordingly. So you guys know me. I always like starting out with a fresh, clean piece of tube, and we're going to put some marks on it. 1-inch marks all the way down. I don't think we'll use more than 60 inches, so I stopped at 60. So we bent our first piece at 75 degrees. And the reason we came up with 75 and 15 is because we're completing a 90 degree inside of here. Is basically what we're doing. If I wanted this tube to stay inside of this box and not, you know, protrude outside of this box, this bend would have to be a 90. Obviously this bend would have to be a 90, hence staying inside this box. Well, whenever you're completing a 90, if you've got a 75 degree bend here, 75 minus 90 equals 15. And that's our bend right here. So again, the distance from line to line is 46 inches. That's our zone that we need to stay inside of. Roughly 30, 31 in between here is where we're going to put our die. Actually, we're going to roll it back here a little in the center of the shoe, and I'll show you that in just a second, to put in a 30 degree bend inside of here like this roughly, and then the pipe would come to here, and then we'd have to bend another 75 to complete our piece. All right, well, I actually messed the bend up, but it worked out in my favor. I was off by a ½ inch. It's very difficult when you're doing you know, bends like this, because it's not a perfect science. I haven't at least figured it out yet, but this is our zone. Like I said, what we need to stay inside of, that line and this line, and we're golden. So this was actually how far I wanted the bar to come out, and we're over it by about 1.5 inches. So I'm comfortable with that. I'm going to clean up the car and we'll get this thing inside the car and show you. And there we have it. Pretty cool. Basically what this is going to do, this obviously again is going to get welded inside of this box tubing. It's just resting here. It's obviously not in its final place. And once I make the floor, this obviously all this crap that I have here is going to come out. I'll cut a piece, you know, have it come out, have a plate here, and that will be our seat pan, I guess you'd say, the rear of the seat pan. So, and then we got to close these two up as well, have a piece of steel come up, bend it across, bead roll it for strength, and once these pans are in, then I can begin tunneling. So again, it's just sitting in there, it's not 100%, so still need to tweak, but looks good, man. Here's a little rear view of how it's going to look. Pretty cool. I think it's going to work out really well. So I got me some 2x4 box tubing, made a bracket, figured out what the angle was by using an angle finder. We've got 69.5 degrees, we'll call it 70 on a good day. Cut me my channel at 70 degrees. And now what I'm going to do is take this marker, let me do it like this. We're going to put a circle inside of here to know where we need to drill. And there's our mark. I'll show you. We're going to do some grinding in a minute. Here's our mark. I'm going to grind the side of the frame, drill this out, weld another square on top of here, and bam! We've got a body mount, just like that. So I fudged up on this bracket. That's why I'm making a new one. This angle should have went this way, not this way. Hence the reason why I'm doing it now. So all I got left for this bracket is to unibit this hole to 1 inch or 1.125". I think it's 1.125" for the body bushings. You know, the lip to come through on here like so. And then we're gonna put it in the car. All right, man. just got done welding all the body mounts. Very nice, very nice. Gonna flip the chassis upside down to weld the bottom side, and then this chassis is basically done. Only got one more piece to weld on for the Watts link, and that's it. So you can see how this has a little bit of a kick to it. It's pointing forward, and if you look at the other one, well, that's why I had to make that body mount over, because it was like really angling towards the front. So hell yeah, man, one step closer. Really well, and all of a sudden it hit me like a I had one of those aha moments. So I am not a fan of spray paint. I'm just going to tell you that right now. I'm not a fan of it on chassis, on suspension components. It just never looks right. It never holds up. I'm a huge believer of powder coating. They're not going to have the chassis powder coated. You know, that's out of the budget. So really quick, I'd like to point out that by no means am I an auto body expert, a painting expert. I've dabbled a little bit here and there, but I am not a professional. So we're going to try it and see how it goes. It's basically how this process is going to go. I've got 4 cans of this Homex tile and bath paint, porcelain tub paint, and we're going to rock it and see what happens. Wow, that came out really nice. 4 cans on a 14-foot chassis. We basically did 3 sides, the bottom and the insides and outsides of the rails, and it really looks good. In the sun, there's some spots that I got to hit again. I got to run back to Home Depot, get a couple more cans, but it while spraying the paint, it laid really nice. It wasn't watery. It flowed really nice out of the can, and I'm actually really impressed, all things considered. I mean, hey, you never know. It's $62 in Home Depot. You get 2 big cans. 4 cans basically did 3 sides of the chassis, so you would need probably a total of 6, and you'd have plenty. But I'm very pleased with how it came out. The next best thing to powder coating. I would obviously go powder coating if it was me, but we're doing this on a budget, so roughly $130, $140 in material right now. So another $62, so $200. You got 6 cans to do the whole chassis. It's not bad. Well, first things first, we got our bar welded in, and I sort of have a template. I put a couple self-tappers in here to hold it so I can round the edge. This will get plug welded to this piece up here. Down here, I'm going to pull it tight and weld the entire floor up, and then we can tunnel, you know, after the fact. But now I'm fixing to put some shapes inside of here, bring my line up a little, because when I bead roll some stuff inside of here, I want it to be identical. And once this is welded, this shit won't go nowhere. I'll put a couple of braces underneath. It'll be nice and strong. So enough of the chip chap, let me get started. So just got done bead rolling this piece. Put a little something something into it. I am basically pressed for time. I've got a little more welding I got to do in that corner, but Brandon's gonna have to close this little spot off when he gets the car back. I'm gonna have all this welded up and the tunnel all welded up. I just don't know if I'm gonna have enough time to, you know, get every single little thing done. It's a lot of work, tremendous amount of work. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this forward to here like so, get all this welded up nicey nice, and call it good. here it is. Like I said, them little corners, Brandon will have to finish. Not a big deal. Pretty easy, but I like it. It actually looks like, the bead rolling looks like the 55, the Tri-5 emblem. It's pretty cool. I didn't even realize that until now. So, and just another FYI, all these black dots, that's all sweat. I'm dying inside here. So I took this 4-inch pipe, welded some ends on it, bolted it to my chassis table, and watch what I can do now. Slide some metal in here. Obviously I'm doing this one-handed, but you get the picture. I needed something for my, the hoop of the drive shaft. It's kind of hard doing this one-handed, but you get the picture. See what I just did? Pretty cool. Yeah, so it'll do 4-foot pieces. I made it 50 inches, 48 inches is obviously 4 feet. You want a little wiggle room on both sides. So good morning, guys. Today's Thursday. Making some really nice progress. Climb up underneath here. I got a template for the floors. So I went ahead and beveled the edge with my crimper tool. So this will lay inside of this lip once I'm ready to get these in here. And the corners of the floor will get stitched all the way across. All this will get filled in. Our tunnel obviously is going to come through here. I bent something up already. Probably should have showed how I did it. It was actually really neat. So like I said yesterday, I made this. This is 50 inches, 48. Obviously would be cutting it too close. You slide her in, like so, and you can finagle, what you need. You just gently rotate it, like so. You can bend where you need it, and rotate it all the way through. And once you're done, slide it right out, like so. So this is what I've come up with. This is what I've come up with right here. For now, it's wider than it needs to be, both directions. You can always trim it. So by making it wider and taller than it needs to be, it gives me some elbow room to figure out, my height and my width. So now I'm just waiting for my son to get up so we can bead roll this together, and then I can get all this shit welded in. Well, the lighting's terrible in here, and again, disregard the center because it's going to get cut out, but weld it all inside, bead rolled it for strength. I'm going to put a brace underneath it, and don't forget the tunnel. It's going to get welded to this, which is going to strengthen it up. And yeah, that's about it. The other side's ready to go. Very cool. So tomorrow I'll get this side welded in and go from there, man. My son woke up late today. He works nights, and I waited hours for him to come out and help me, you know, operate the bead roller. So I did what I can do. Well, my apologies if the quality of the video, the content isn't up to speed. I'm trying to cram all this shit in this very little time that I've got left before I gotta go back to work. I'm trying to get this car done so he can get it back to Texas and they can start fiddle-faddling with, you know, whatever they want to do with it. Trying my best, man. It's fucking 110 degrees in here right now. I'm absolutely soaked. And I know you don't want to hear it, but I'm just telling you, man, I'm sorry. Sorry if the content's not 100%. I don't know what to say. My garage is a mess. I need, you know, some time to clean it. I don't have the time to clean it. Whatever. We'll make do. This too shall pass. So really quick, I want to discuss why I'm going to build another channel. This channel I created in 2012, and the algorithm is completely fucked up. No other way to say it. It's just totally messed up. Because when I created the channel, I was racing jet skis, and it started with, you know, the jet skis and stuff, and I've got other videos that I put up for content, and it's like the algorithm doesn't know which way to go. This is actually really important because this will hinder my channel. So I'm going to create a new channel. Still haven't came up with a name yet. I want to keep, you know, a simple name based around what I do in this, you know, garage, helping other people. I had a really nice name, OMG, One Man Garage, and it's already taken. So, whatever, is what it is. But I am creating another channel, and I don't like mentioning other people, but maybe this is why Puddin created another channel, because his second channel has more subscribers than his first channel. Maybe he messed his algorithm up too when he started. One was started years ago and one was just started in 2020. So who knows? I don't know. I don't know. It'd be nice to talk to him, but whatever. I messaged him a bunch of times, never got any response back. So anyway, that's going to do it for this video. Have a great day, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. Talk to y'all soon.